Hello. Well, okay, so I thought I'd do this again. I don't know, it's kind of addicting, but it's fun too. So I just wanted to let you know the update. The holes in the backyard are all being filled in now, so that little issue is done. Septic tank is cleaned out, and that I think we're like done with everything we need to do for finishing up for selling the house. So that's very good. So yesterday I was telling you how I was doing school with Juliana and how she was freaked out because snakes eat their own babies. Yeah, she thought that was pretty. It was so funny to see her face. Well, today we moved on to lizards, and she was reading about lizards, and it was pretty funny to realize that lizards eat their skin. Yeah, lizards eat their skin when it comes off and they're doing the molting thing. So yeah, she's just thinking this whole reptile thing is pretty disgusting, which you can't blame her, and we're glad we're not snakes or lizards. Okay, anyways, so that was funny. So anyways, so Mother's Day is coming up, as everybody knows, and everybody's talking about their moms and on. My mom, she hates Mother's Day. I don't know why. Maybe we're just not very good kids, but she just doesn't like Mother's Day. But I've never really had a problem with it. I like it. I don't expect anything, but my kids always have been really good to me. And I was going to tell you, since this is also around Gary's birthday, I was going to tell you probably my best Mother's Day was when Gary was born, because he was born on Mother's Day. And what had happened was it was like 6 weeks before his due date, and I got up in the morning and went to go take a bath, and guess what? Looks like I'm going to have a baby. So we go into the doctor, because it's not an emergency thing, it's just obviously I'm going to have the baby. And I go into the doctor, and he decides that he wants to try and stop this labor because it's so early. And I was like, okay, because after having as many early babies and sick babies as I had, I thought, well, probably it's for the best. But y'all know how you get when you've been pregnant for a long time and you're sick of it. Well, so anyways, they took me to the hospital, and they started hooking me up to all these IVs and to I had 2 different kinds of drugs to try and stop the labor. And thing is that stuff just does not work on me. And one of them makes your heart just go crazy, just really goes crazy beating, and the other one makes you feel like your temperature is horrible high. And then between that, I just felt like I couldn't, I was so drugged up, I couldn't stay awake. And people would come to visit me, and I would fall asleep in the middle of them talking to me, and I couldn't move. I had all these wires all over my body, and this was like I was in the hospital in this situation for 5 days. And I remember somewhere in there, it's like I had to go to the bathroom, and so this must have been at the beginning. And so I was like, I asked him to come help me get to the bathroom, because I literally did have wires stuck all over me and monitors monitoring the baby and me and all this stuff. And they brought me a bedpan. A bedpan. How are you supposed to go? Yeah, well, I couldn't do it. I kept trying and trying, and it was like I couldn't do it. And so the nurse left me in there, and just left me alone so maybe I could go. And I had this thought. I thought, well, maybe if I just really carefully untangle myself in these wires, I'm just going to go over and go to the bathroom and get the job done, because I knew if I could get there, I could go. And so I I very, very carefully started untangling myself from all these wires, and I got to this side of the bed, and then I started walking over, because you know the bathrooms are really close to your beds, and I walked over there, and then I got just inside the bathroom, and one of my IVs started beeping, and I was like, ah! I'm like freaking out, and I didn't want to get yelled at by the nurses, and so I ran back to bed, and I was like, and the nurse came in, she's all like, bad girl, and I'm like, dang it. I was so mad. I don't remember if I guess I eventually went, but yeah, that was not fun. So after 5 days of labor, and I had my cervix was still stitched up because they sewed that up to help hold the baby in. The doctor came in and he checked, and I was dilated to 5 with this stitch in me still, and he just said, well, this is just not going to work. And so he took the stitch out, and I was like, hey, I was so happy. And this was late on the May 13th, and then I just went into heavy labor after that. I mean, it was like they took the drugs off, and if they were doing anything, it just stopped. And the nice thing is that Gary was born at 9 minutes after midnight. He was the first baby born on Mother's Day, and so I won this contest, and I had my picture in the paper with my little new baby. And the lucky thing is they think that because of all those drugs that I was on, it kind of distressed the baby enough that it helped his lungs mature enough. And so when he was born, he was just fine as can be. And so I was able to take him home, and that was nice. So that is my best Mother's Day memory. Besides the fact that I get spoiled really good on that day with good food from my family. Anyways, so hope y'all are planning on spoiling the moms. And anyways, have a great week, and I'm busy working, but I don't have to work this weekend. Yay! So have fun, and we'll talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.